Hello, I'm here today to talk about headstand. I'm going over the very beginning basics of headstand, the foundations of headstand, and how to start a practice of headstand with just getting used to being on your head, getting used to being upside down so that you can start getting ready for doing a headstand. This is a Yoga 101 video. So those of us that are used to headstand, this will be really just reviewing the basics. Those of us that haven't done it before, this is a good way to take a new look and a new approach at your attitude toward it, and also learn the foundation on how to set up headstand. So let's get started. Thank you for joining me. The first thing you want to do is really calm down. Take a breath, as you should feel it all the way through the torso, and breathing into the abdomen, specifically your diaphragm area. Take Om position. Rest your hands on your knees. Lift the chin. Take the tongue and touch the top of your teeth, top of the roof of your mouth, but where the top teeth meet. And breathing in and out the nose, just taking a couple of breaths to calm down. I would say after about a minute or two of that, no less than that. I prefer 10 minutes of just breath work. Then you now take it into setting up for headstand. I like to start in child's pose. So getting into child's pose, I get on my hands and knees, bring my bottom back, and slide into child's pose. Reaching my arms all the way forward, my bottom back to my heels, and breathing naturally here. I would take about 10 minutes here, because to prepare for headstand, you have to get your mind right. From here, from child's pose, I roll up onto my head. I'm adjusting so that I'm on the noggin part of my head. That's right here, right in the front, so that I put my head flat on the mat, but I really press down into the upper part of my top of my head. I place my hands now in a 90-degree angle placement. That's usually right in front of the hips for some people, for others not. And then I want to bring my bottom up, where I'm now balanced on my head, and I'm pressing again down into the noggin part. That's the upper part of the top of your head. Again, making sure that my arms are 90 degrees, bringing my bottom all the way up over my head, and stiffen my neck and press down to the mat with the top of my head. I am now going to bend the knees into the chest, taking my knees onto the tops of the arms, right above the elbow, right on top of the arms, like stair steps. Take a couple of breaths here, getting used to this. So I'm not into a headstand yet, but this is a preparation for headstand. I will now then show you, when you get used to this, how you then process this and then transition into headstand. From here, I'm going to bring my knees closed and into the chest. You're going to need core strength for this and control. So you should be able to control this. Now, pulling the navel in, button your belly button, and bring the knees right over the hips. Push up into the feet. And you are now in headstand. Voila! You stay here. I would do it as long as possible. This helps with stopping smoking. It's a nice blood transfusion, When I say that, not really transfusion, but rinse of the blood. Good energy. And then bringing the knees back into the chest and tuck down into child's pose. A little dizzy feeling may come over you. Reach your arms out into child's pose. As mentioned before, take as much time as you need here. Breathing. I would then bring my knees in close and roll up into Thunderbolt, placing my hands into Namaste. The fingers are open, pressing the palms together into Namaste Mudra. Or you can choose Prayer Mudra with the fingers closed. Down into the chest, rest the shoulders. I'll show you from the front position here. So Namaste or Prayer Mudra. Take a good breath, a nice breath. If you would like to then get deeper into a seat, you can use Hero instead of Thunderbolt. Bringing your bottom down in between the heels, set down in between there, and you may choose this as an option. And a couple of breaths here. It really helps distract you from what you just did and helps you process this. If you don't like this as a resting position, you can always just bring the legs forward into a cross-legged seated position. Either one of those 3 options are good. And thank you for joining me. Again, you can play with Headstand. Let me get closer. You can play with Headstand in so many different ways that help you get used to it and make it fun. You can start doing standing splits. You can do a lot with Headstand. You can bring it into goddess posture. You can do variations with the legs. You can do variations with the hands and the arms as well in a headstand. And there's some people that can do a headstand with no hands. And that is really the bona fide way to do a headstand. The real headstand has no hands involved. Google it. So thank you for joining me. Please like my video and subscribe if you're interested. I really appreciate you. Namaste.